Hello, everyone. Welcome again to our podcast. Our guest today, Chad Warner. He is IT manager at KraftCPAs. Today, we're going to be talking about moving from spinning disk storage to an all-flash HPE Nimble Storage solution. Chad, glad to have you on board here. As a CPA firm, KraftCPAs has some unique storage challenges, not the least of which is the requirement for secure data handling of client account and tax data. But beyond that, you need an easy-to-manage storage solution, the safeguards of data. Ultimately, you chose HPE Nimble Storage. What I'd love to have you do is kind of take us through that decision-making process to make the move. What benefits, ultimately high level, were you hoping to gain by moving to a different, a more modern storage approach with HPE Nimble?
When we started looking for a storage solution, I wanted something that was all in one box, easy to manage, scaled and performed well without the need to rip and replace this every 3 to 5 years. Nimble checked all those boxes. Everything is inclusive with Nimble. All the licensing, support, hardware, it's just all together, one line item. VMware integration really impressed me and will make provisioning space and overall management of the array much simpler. Adding drives, adding arrays can all be done without downtime to my existing workload. And with Nimble's no forklift option, I have future-proofed my data center storage with just that one box.
Well, in terms of kind of making these choices, TSA was the team you worked with, and they're a Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Platinum partner. You chose them for the storage migration. How was TSA involved? Let's talk a little bit about kind of where they fit in here in terms of the specification process and what it was that ultimately led you to say, hey, based on this guidance, HPE Nimble Storage, this is going to be the best for KraftCPAs.
TSA, they were really the perfect partner for this for me. Their knowledge of their account team coupled with the expertise of their engineers, that really helped them ask the right questions to ultimately offer, Nimble as my solution. I wanted that ease of use, that one box, that VMware integration, and they were able to speak on all those and bring the right people in to show me that. So the close relationship between all the teams really allowed me to understand my business workload and come up with the size and specs that we needed for the array.
I think we've set a good foundation for kind of the rest of the talk. And I want to get a little more detailed on some items here with you. So let's start off with the fact that HPE really talks a lot about the fact that Nimble is integrated with HPE InfoSight, and the goal there is to provide predictive analytics, hoping to prevent somewhere in the range I've seen of about 86% of storage problems, including deep-seated infrastructure problems. Those are things that can obviously cause downtime, and no one is looking for that these days. So what business or operational value do you really hope that you're going to be able to extract from that predictive capability?
Visibility on what our workloads are requiring from the associated storage is not something that I have access today. So we don't know what we don't know. And even if we do know, most of the time we only know the symptom of it, but not what's causing it or leading up to it. So with InfoSight, this is visible. And if there is an issue, it can be addressed easily and quickly. Having to work with engineers, time-consuming and challenging process when they don't have historical logs of what your storage has been doing at specific times. So InfoSight captures all of this, and it's all there for them to work at. So we're not spending time trying to recreate problems.
In terms of being an IT leader these days, I know one of the challenges is just the ever so increasing pace of the change and the complexity of tech out there. And one of the last things that anybody that I talk to wants to do is invest in something that's the wrong thing, right? Locking you into something over time that might not be a benefit now a couple years down the road. So my question to you is, how important was it to you that the HPE Nimble Storage was SCM and NVMe-ready? Was there a value there that you saw that would deliver to KraftCPAs that you were missing?
Well, it was definitely one of my big three that I mentioned earlier, and that I believe that Nimble can help us get out of that rip and replace routine every time we need new and faster tech that we're in now. So it's we have this product, it does fine now. 2 years from now, there's something new out, or it was always trending that way. It's just that product didn't have it at that time, and to get the new, we got to take everything out, put new in. Nimble get us out of that routine.
One of the research firms out there, known to many folks out there as the analyst firm of Gartner, they've identified 3 attributes of modern storage and that are really important to teams. One of those is that new storage, that modern storage, be cloud ready. My question is that something you were looking for? Is there an advantage or benefit that you either hope to gain short term or long term from the fact that HP Nimble is architected with the multi-cloud flash fabric? Is that something that you see is going to be helping KraftCPAs move forward?
Well, outside of some software as a service solutions, we're pretty much all on-premise for our data workloads. I am seeing a trend, though, in the accounting software space that's moving their applications more and more to be cloud-focused. So they want to offer that service and to offer that their program runs good in the cloud. So the fact that Nimble is cloud-ready will allow us to be ready when the time comes.
Sounds good. Finally here, Chad, before we give some contact and wrap up information, you're still in the process of getting up and running with HPE Nimble. I just want to make that clear with everyone listening. But can you tell us kind of where your hopes are for the future with this new storage capability? What IT initiatives do you think that you're going to be able to focus on instead of babysitting your storage? Now you can put your team onto other things on a kind of day-to-day basis.
With the Nimble and with the InfoSight, we'll be able to regain some of that time spent and use it to focus on other storage-related initiatives, like maybe virtualized desktops, something that we've kind of dabbled in for our increasing remote workforce, and cloud volumes, maybe move some of the volumes that we currently have locally to the cloud or have them in that shared space. And I want Nimble to put my concerns around the status and performance of my storage at ease. And I believe, based on what I've seen and experienced so far, that that will happen.
All right. Well, hey, good stuff there, Chad. Do appreciate the conversation, the insights that you shared here about TSA and KraftCPAs working together to select HPE Nimble. Obviously, we heard about some of the expected gains, and we hope those do come to fruition for you and your team. Again, thanks for taking time to share your story. Folks, if there is some more information that you would like, if you'd like to learn how TSA can help you decide if HPE Nimble Storage is right for your business, then I'm going to invite you to give them a call. The phone number, 1-800-422-4872. Again, the phone number is 800-422-4872. We'll get someone on the line at TSA that can chat with you. With that, we are going to wrap things up for this podcast. Do appreciate you listening, and we do look forward to talking to you all down the road.